Well, boys, let's get into something that we've been talking about for a while behind the scenes, but now we're giving it to the people here in the main course. Now, that's what I call brunch, volume 1. Whose idea was this, by the way? I can't remember. Do you remember?
I can't remember either. We
Who
were
brought it up?
talking post episode one time about I don't know how it I don't remember how it came up, honestly.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go through the Now albums, the classic Now albums. We're not going to do all 1 million of them right now. We've cut these up into segments. Dan, you want to tell us how we're going to go through these Now albums so everybody knows how it's going to go down?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, we would be here forever if we broke down each one of these albums individually. And frankly, we don't have the time for it. Neither do you. So we try to be fair and do it in a way where we're gonna clump these things together in groups based on time periods. Okay, and we're gonna do 4 separate time periods to break those things up evenly. We'll pick our favorites out of each of those 4 time periods, and we'll have a final 4, and we'll ultimately pick the best Now album of all time. So we're going to start today. First, Now Volume 1 came out in 1998. So we're going to start with 1998 through 2004, peak time for music. There are 17 total albums there. And then in the following episode, we'll get to 2005 through 2009 and go on from there until we move our way all the way up into current day. So 17 amazing albums to go through here today to try to figure out which one of those is the best. And gentlemen, this was a tedious task, if I do say so myself.
Yes.
It's a lot of music. It's a lot of good music.
Yes. So how are we going to get started? Get our first one?
So are we just going to go, are we going to review each one, or like, what are we going to do?
What do you guys think? I have a couple notes on almost all of them, and then I have my what I'll call my top 3.
Okay, well, I'll say the first one, the very first Now that's what I call music, volume 1 in the US, by the way, is pretty great. I haven't heard a lot of those songs in a really, really long time. It's not my favorite. That's not my pick for the one that, I'm going to be fighting for. But no, that album is like really, really good. Like the cool thing about doing this was just some of the songs that not necessarily forgot about. I don't think forgot about's the right word, or just haven't heard in a really long time. And it just felt good to like listen to, to throw some Janet Jackson on and be like, whoa, this is good.
Yeah, volume 1 is very strong, but I think more so the first half of it is super strong. The back half is a little weak. I don't need so much of, some of these. There we go. Once you get past Mbop there at number 9, you start to dip. But look at that beginning. Backstreet Boys, Janet Jackson, "The Way" by Fastball. What an amazing song. Flagpole Sitta, Harvey Danger, amazing song. Spice Girls, Casey and JoJo. Like, this is a very, very strong Now one. They came out swinging for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. When when we set this daunting task up of reviewing this much music, I was honestly a little bit scared. But then when I looked at and started listening to Now One, I mean, I was into it immediately. The first Now really set the bar high, and I think it's like of the ones we're reviewing in this episode, it is certainly near the top.
Yeah,
in my book, I like Didi said, it's not going to be the one that I pick, but I think it's solidly near the top. And don't sleep on Sex and Candy, man. That song was fantastic, and
That song creeped me out.
I was super nervous to listen to that song when my parents were around when I was a little kid. So
yeah,
great memories.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, Casey and JoJo. You just forget. It's for not forget. You just haven't listened. I haven't listened to Casey and JoJo in forever.
Yeah.
That was honestly the best part about this was all of the R&B groups that I like just haven't listened to. Mm-hmm. Jagged Edge got a lot of play last night. Like just in my head. I was like washing bottles last night and friggin' I'm just playing lots of Jagged Edge because of now. So
Yeah, Casey and JoJo made quite a few appearances on these Now albums
yep.
too, which was like it actually surprised me. I didn't like some of the songs. I don't know, maybe I heard them back in the day, but I when I listened to them again this week, I it seemed like it was the first time I had ever heard some of these songs that they had. So because everybody knows "All My Life" by Casey and JoJo, that was everybody's middle school slow dance. I had a crush on a girl in fifth grade song, you know. But they had some sleepers.
Dude, not even sleepers. Casey and JoJo were that was huge. They were huge at a time. Are they still alive? I hope so. Hope everybody's good. Hope Casey and JoJo are still good. You know, I have no idea. We'll have to look back on that at another brunch breakdown. But yeah, I love this now. I do love now one. But should we go to our favorites? Is that what
Let's
we
go
should
to our
go to?
favorites. Yeah.
All right. So my there I have some favorites, but here now seven. Okay. Now seven
Hmm.
is quite possibly my favorite to listen to, but not my favorite for the top. I really like Now Seven. I'm trying to pull up the track list right now. Crap, can't pull it up. This is
Yeah,
great.
I got
Great
it.
production. You got it?
Is that it?
Oh yeah, there we go. Listen to the playlist for Now Seven. If you're not watching on YouTube, Survivor, Destiny's Child. You've got Jennifer Lopez. You've got 3LW. You've got Britney Spears, S Club 7. Don't forget the gods, S Club 7. You
Amazing.
got this. You got this. I promise. You got the Fiesta remix. Get Ride with Me by Nelly. Mandy Moore's in my pocket. All for you. We got more Janet Jackson. Like this one is. You could play this Now album at like your New Year's Eve party, and everybody's good.
Yeah, you could.
Like I'm dead serious. Like you could play this, and people would be like losing their mind. Danger by Mysticals on this. City Highs on this. It was tough not to pick this as my number one, but this was definitely a number two for me. Was Now Seven was definitely my number two, but number one, my favorite was Now 14, because Beyonce's Crazy in Love is on there. Justin Timberlake, Senorita is on there, and there's a couple Time and Place records that I feel like the young ones they don't really know about these things. Like you have Lumi D is on there. Uh-oh. That is a jam. And I feel like anybody who was around at that time in that summer, they remember that song. But like you don't know that song outside of that summer. So there's a time and place thing. And like Chingy's right there. You know what I mean? What the hook gonna be? Murphy Lee. That's another time and place kind of thing. Cause like who knows where Murphy Lee is now? No one knows. But the Saint Lunatics were a thing. Nelly had a group. They're called the Saint Lunatics. What the hook gonna be was Murphy Lee's single. It is a great song. Stacy's Mom is on there. I mean, from top to bottom, Nickelback is on there too, And as much as you want to say you hate Nickelback, they're there. And the thing that topped this off for me though, right? Liz Phair, Why Can't I? Because why can't I breathe? Why can't I breathe? That guys,
That's what topped it off.
that's what topped it off for me. I'm listening to this and I'm just like, oh my God, that song is in because I am a fan of lots of like romantic comedy, coming of age, high school movies, things like that. That song's in all of them. It's in every single one of them. Everyone. And when that comes on, it's like, okay, that's it. Not brunch, Now 14 is Now 14. That's my number one pick, guys. That's my number one. You go down that list, you can't mess with that.
No, yeah, I mean you're right. That is the both of them that you walk through 7 and 14 are solid. But yeah, 14 is very solid. I can't argue with anything on there. And just it heartens me to see some of the pop punk bands on these Now albums. Like the Ataris are on Now
Yeah.
14. Shout
Yeah.
out, man. Big time shouts.
Oh yeah. Like Baby Bash and Frankie J, Sugar. I mean, come on. Like it's 14 is stellar.
14 is good. 14 is good. I do not have 14 as my favorite or my runner up. So we're gonna have a good debate here, and it'll be interesting to see how this pans out. What I'll say as my runner up, I think is I did have volume one on here, but we won't use that since we went through that. So I'm gonna go with volume three as my runner up, as my notable favorite or notable entry. That's not the winner for me. There are some absolute jams on now, volume three. Um, Starting off with All Star by Smash Mouth, American Woman, Lenny Kravitz. We get Blink 182. I think this is the first appearance from Blink 182 on a now track list, and they're up there. Bailamos, Enrique, uh, Britney's on here. Backstreet Boys are in here. This is peak time for all of these bands, right? We're getting hits. We're not getting some of that late garbage slow songs from these boy bands that we don't need. In the best music of this time. There we go. Casey and JoJo, Fat Boy Slim. We get Nookie from Limp Bizkit. There is just hit after hit after hit on here. 98 Degrees, Out of My Head by Fastball. Don't forget that one too. I mean, Volume 3 came in strong. Okay, Volume 3 came in really, really strong. But my favorite has to be the follow up, Volume 4. Volume 4, I think, is the best version of now that there is for a number of reasons. If you're watching, take a look at what's in front of you. What did I tell you about those boy band hits?
Look at the masterpiece in front of you right
Look at
now.
that. Larger than life Backstreet Boys. You get Mark Anthony. Blue Dabba Dee by Eiffel 65. Who doesn't freaking know that jam?
Hey, I wrote down in my notes that Blue, while it is a rather annoying song, everybody, not in the country, across the globe was singing that song. Like that song was a global thing and it deserves the credit that it deserves.
Time and place. That's real big on these now lists. The time and place thing there. It's like no one's playing that in your car for your kids 20 years later. But just that something about that.
Exactly. You Drive Me Crazy by Britney Spears. One of her best, without a doubt. We get Savage Garden. I love Savage Garden. I knew I loved you, Savage Garden. Meet Virginia by Train. Come on. We all love train tracks on Sirius XM. My boy Pat Monahan's rocking it. Everybody knows Meet Virginia. Fans of the Chris and Dad podcast will know that was usually Beat Virginia, which we used there a while too. Again, there's Smash Mouth. We get Blink 182 again. Hit after hit after hit. There is one track on here, one that makes this a near perfect album. That's not a perfect album. And I know some people won't agree with me on this, but I Try by I almost said Tracy McGrady.
A version I want to hear, by the way. I want to hear Tracy McGrady.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
At Tracy McGrady, we want to hear you sing I Try by Macy Gray.
I Try by Macy Gray is an absolutely horrendous song. And it's the worst thing on this album by far, but it's not enough to bring it down to anything but the best that there is. So now Volume 4 is the one for me.
Yeah, Volume 4 is good. It even has like a Hanson deep cut on it.
Yes, exactly.
Like I feel like as I was reviewing these, there were a number of Hanson songs, and obviously Mbop was one of them. But like I think Mbop made Hanson kind of a joke, but they actually had some follow-up songs that were really good.
Yes, exactly. Candy by Mandy Moore. I forgot how freaking great that song is.
Right.
I need more Mandy Moore music in my life. I really do. Man, these are just amazing. These are Try Again by Aaliyah. Holy hell. Don't get me started. Volume 4. Give it to me, Volume 4.
It's good. That's
like
good.
Well, you guys already mentioned some of my honorable mentions, some of my runner-ups, so I will just go into my pick, which is, so Didi, you picked number 7?
I picked 14.
Or you picked
7 was one of my 7 was my second favorite. I was going back and forth basically until we started recording, but which one I was going to go with.
Gotcha. Okay, so I had 7 as my number 3. I had 1 as my number 2. These numbers are confusing me. And then I had 5 as my number 1. So I just put that up again. If you're watching, we got the track list in front of you, but like one of InSync's classics kicks it off. 98 Degrees is on there with a song that, like, you know, we need to give 98 Degrees some respect. I think they were a boy band that were like third, fourth tier, and they didn't get the respect that they deserve. They had some bangers. They had some fire songs. 98 Degrees.
Yeah, they always had the fourth best song out of every group that was out.
Mhm.
Like that.
They Una Noche is on this one,
That's
boys.
the one right there, though.
Woo. This one reminded me that Jessica Simpson, like while her career ended as kind of a joke, she actually had some pipes, like she could sing, and she had a good song on there. Although I will say, I saw her in concert when I was in like middle school, and she was terrible. But that's not part of that's not part of this discussion. Mystical's on there again. Aaron Carter. Do you guys remember him? And he had
Unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
Aaron's Party, which is tremendous. His music videos were tremendous as a kid, and we have to shout out his song with Shaq, even though it's not on
Ugh.
this playlist. Mandy Moore on here again. I'm with you, Dan. Mandy Moore. I actually, in listening back to these now albums, got a little bit angry that she chose acting instead of singing because her music was tremendous.
Yes.
What else do I want to say about now number 5? Cisco's on there. I thought
Great
that would have drawn Dee Dee in.
There's some great radio rock on this album, for sure. There's some really good radio rock. As much as we don't necessarily love these songs, but like Kryptonite by Three Doors Down, Wonderful by Everclear, Absolutely by 9 Days. There's just some solid radio rock in the back half of this album.
Yeah, absolutely. With that's, I mean, one of the catchiest radio rock choruses
Yes.
of all time. I will still to this day find myself randomly singing that song sometimes.
Now
This
five
is
is
the story of a girl.
Now 5 is very strong. This is very strong. I had this written down when I was like just going through notes and like putting things in my phone when I heard something. Now 5 is very good. Cuz I mean, you've got jumping on here.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's some really good. And Cisco's Incomplete is what fun fact, Incomplete has sold more records than Thong Song.
What?
From a Cisco fan, just letting you know.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would not have
I don't know
guessed
what
that.
it's okay. So here's the thing. I don't know what it's done over time. I'm sure Thong Song has sold more than it now, but in that time period, he sold more with Incomplete than he did with Thong Song. It was like one of those fun facts with Cisco. It was like Incomplete sold a ton of records.
That's impressive.
Yeah. There's your Cisco fun fact of the day by me.
We should have one of those every episode. Okay, so then what are our final picks are 14, 5, and Dan, yours was 4. All right, well, I mean, here's where the debate begins, and we got to start, you know, because we have to land on one, right? We have to land on one of them.
Yeah.
Luckily, it seems like we all like each other's picks, so that's a good start.
I do, and I'm happy that I do, but here's the reason why 4 can't be it, okay? 4 can't be it because it's got a Hanson deep cut, trash. It's got a Montel Jordan deep cut, and you know there's only one Montel Jordan song. Sorry, guys. There's one Montel Jordan song. Like, that's it. And this is how we do it. There's a Montel Jordan song on there. And Trains Meet Virginia, okay? I like Train.
You love that song.
I like Train. I do like Train. I like Train a lot. But Meet Virginia, not going in, not one of my faves. Not one of my faves. That's why 4 can't be it. Because Hanson and Montel deep cuts and then Train's okay song, Meet Virginia. Gotta go.
What if it was Drops of Jupiter? Would this be a different discussion?
I mean, it'd be hard not to pick 4. Let's just being honest. So it'd be hard not to pick 4. Drops of Jupiter is, I mean, come on. Like,
those are fair. I also don't like that it's Lenny Kravitz's, like, it's not my favorite Lenny Kravitz song, but Lenny Kravitz, man, this reminded me how big of like an icon Lenny Kravitz was.
He was on this a lot. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
Okay.
So 14 and 5 are your guys's?
14
Mhm.
and 5. Do you want me to bring those back up? Would that be helpful?
Might be.
All right. So
Hmm.
5 as compared to 14. I mean, like I feel like we need to take like a top 3 songs off of these two and then pit them head to head and like which of the top 3 like which are stronger or like do something like that, you know what I mean?
Boy, this is tough.
Oof.
Um I feel like having one of Destiny's Child's earliest songs it was Jumpin' when they were a 4-piece.
Oh yeah, that was early. That was like second. I want to say that was like second single, like
Mhm.
because No 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 was the first one, and then I think Jumpin' was right after that.
And they had Bills in there too, right? That was one of them.
Yeah,
Um I feel like that's got to be in sync. It's going to be me. That's a heavy hitter for
Huge.
sure.
yeah.
Uh, Britney Spears' "Lucky" is a heavy hitter. Are those the three biggest? Do you think?
I mean, there's some interesting stuff on here though, because it's like Bon Jovi's "It's My Life's" on there.
That song was huge.
No, it's huge. I mean, it's huge. Like that song is huge. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't really matter. Janet Jackson's on there. That was on like the something Doctor Doolittle or Nutty Professor soundtrack. One of those two, something like that. But yeah, like that song's great. "Case of My Ex" by Maya is like one of my favorite songs of all time. Like 5 is it's
Okay,
kind of tough.
let's pull up 14. Oh boy.
uh, I don't know. Yeah, man.
Like it's it's tough. It's a tough one. I feel like if there's any reason why we can't move 14 on, and it's because there's like a bad R. Kelly song on here.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Like, and that happened on a lot of these Now albums. There was like a random R. Kelly song that had
Yeah.
no business being there.
That's what I
Yeah.
think the thing is that there are more bad songs on 14 than 5. There also might be more Nickelback. I can't do it.
That's tough.
That's that one's not good. I also again, what I talked about is the boy band era. We're in the heart of it here because once we move on to the next time period, it's going to be a big shift. We're in singles territory here for Justin Timberlake with Senorita is an amazing song.
Yeah.
We have no Backstreet Boys, we have no NSYNC on here, and that's hard for me.
Like
I will give this one some love though for like Good Charlotte, Fountains of Wayne, the
yeah.
Ataris. I love that they're on here.
Another thing that I like about this one when going through these Now albums is like how bad they fall off after like song 10, the majority of them.
Right.
It's like song 10, 11 hits, and then all of a sudden you're like, what is happening? Like you guys could have ended the album. Like you guys didn't have to put 19 on here.
A lot of them are front heavy that way.
But
Absolutely.
but this one has some solid gems at the end. Boys of Summer, Stacy's Mom, Why Can't I? You know, no, it's got Nickelback in the end, but Nickelback is a big deal.
Ah,
I
I can't believe
know.
you like that Liz Fair song so
Oh my
much.
God. Guys, why can't I? Liz Fair, come on. Come on.
Well, have either of you changed your mind? Because I think I know, since mine's been eliminated, I think I know which one I lean towards, but I'm curious. Is this like an Office? What episode of The Office was that where they're discussing Hillary Swank or whether she's hot or not? People get entrenched in their own their own opinion from the beginning, and they never change their mind.
Yeah, and Kevin just goes back and forth like 5 times.
Right, right.
I
um,
I'm gonna be honest, I'm going 5.
okay.
You're going five.
I'm take mine's gone. It's 5. Like after looking at that, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. 5 is yeah, 5's it.
I'm gonna go 5 as well.
Yeah, it didn't
Chris
that
is
was
like, I'm going 14. right, Kevin, get back over here.
Guess what, guys? Actually, while you were talking, I looked up number 17, and we're gonna change our no, yeah, five. Obviously, five. Yeah, five.
Yeah,
Strong.
it's 5. Yeah, because I just looking at the list, man, I think I think what got me with 14 was that, like, the highs on 14 are as high as they get.
Hmm.
Because there's, like, that it's Chingy's career records on there, like, Beyonce's Crazy in Love is still crazy.
Yeah.
Senorita is, I mean, there probably aren't 3 Justin Timberlake songs better than Senorita. Like, the highs got me, and the Lumi D thing got me too. Yeah, but, yeah, it's 5. It's a
So
better.
now volume 5 is the first to advance in our now bracket series. It's going to have a heavy task ahead of it. We've got a Thanksgiving episode next week, so in 2 weeks' time, we will pick this back up. We will be doing the nows from 2005 to 2009. There are 15 albums over that period. Some strong contenders in there. So follow up. Let us know what you think. Let us know what your favorite is in those first 17 now albums from 1998 to 2004. We laid them out for you here, but the brunch breakdown. Now, what is it? Now, that's what I call brunch. It's volume 5. Moving on to the next round.
I love it.